Hello, good evening, and welcome to West Ham's official YouTube channel, live from the Lamb Ground for tonight's National League Cup semi-final match between Tamworth and West Ham under-21s. Thank you for everyone for joining us this evening here in Staffordshire. I'm Jude Deedigan. I'll be running you through things this evening. Of course, a massive game here in Staffordshire with a spot in the final of this competition at stake. So you have a semi-final going on also at the same time at 7:30 kickoff, so 7 minutes away from now. It's between Borehamwood and Truro. Of course here it's between Tamworth and West Ham. Under-21s, a massive game for Greg Lincoln's team. We're now ready for the two teams, starting with the hosts, Tamworth. Number 13 in goal is Daniel Rochelle. Number 3 is Callum Cockrell-Millett. Number 5, Kennedy Digi. Number 6, Alfie Bates. Number 8, and the captain is Benjamin Milnes. Number 12, Joseph Rai. Number 14 is Stefan Moles. Number 18, Jordan Cullinan-Liebird. Number 31, Ronan Maher. Number 38, Jordan Ponticelli. Number 44 is Michael Reindorf. On the subs bench for the Lambs in goal, number 1, Jasbir Singh. Number 4 is Tom Tonks. Number 11, Luke Fairland. Number 20, Tyler Roberts. Number 24, Benjamin Kwai. Number 27, Ollie Lynch. And number 46 is Dan Ishio. And the young hammers for this evening in Staffordshire in goal, number 1, Finley Herrick. Number 2 is Ryan Battram. Number 3, Louis Brown. Number 4, and the captain is Lewis Orford. Number 5, Josh Briggs. Number 6, Ryan Oyabade. Number 7, Preston Fearon. Number 8, Tyron Akpata. Number 9, Josh Landers. Number 10, Josh Ajala. And number 11 is Rico Layton. On the subs bench this evening for Greg Lincoln's side, number 13, Finley Hooper. Number 12, Dan Cummings. Number 14, Callum Leacock. Number 15, Jethro Medine. Number 17, Riley Hagen. Number 18, Andre Dyke, and number 19 is Gabriel Caliste. So thank you for everyone for joining us this evening live on West Ham's official YouTube channel, live from the Lamb Ground. National League side Tamworth as they host West Ham under-21s National League Cup semi-final. Of course, it is the winners Group A versus the winners of Group C this evening. Tamworth had a flawless run in the group stage, winning all 4 of their games, scoring 13 goals in the process, only conceding once. And in their quarter-final in January, they edged out fellow National League outfit Halifax Town by 1-0. Young Hammers, of course, picked up 3 wins and a draw, and also went undefeated, also scoring 13 goals and only conceding 4 times. They, of course, last time out in the quarter-final, beat Boston 2-1. With goals from Ryan Battram and Amika Adiel scoring either side of a Geordie Hawala goal. So Tamworth 13th in the National League this season, won 10 of their games, drawing 8 and losing 13. They are 4 games without a win. They picked up a point on Valentine's Day with Aldershot Town. So of course this is the first time in the competition's history that West Ham under-21s have reached the knockout stage. The only development side left in the competition, of course, with Borehamwood and Truro City, the other 2 teams contesting that spot in a final that will take place either on the 17th or 18th of March. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening as ever. Of course, as I mentioned, West Ham with topped Group C is beating Woking, Truro City and Aldershot Town, drawing to Sutton United, but of course beating them penalties, which counts in this competition as a bonus point. Just explain the competition for those who aren't aware. The competition pits 16 National League clubs against 16 Premier League 2 sides, with the twin aims of giving National League clubs the chance to host the best under-21 teams in England in their own stadia, while also offering young players from Premier League and EFL clubs the opportunity to test themselves against senior opposition. Then the participants are split into 4 groups of 8, 4 from the National League and 4 from the Premier League 2. The National League teams hosting a group stage tie against each of the 4 Premier League 2 sides in the group. So I mentioned there, 3 points awarded for a win, 1 point for a draw as per usual, but an extra point is awarded for a penalty shootout win if the score's a level. Of course, if the score's a level after 90 minutes this evening, a penalty shootout will be played out to determine who will make that final spot in a month's time. The 2 teams are now emerging from the tunnel. Of course, Hammers led out by captain Lewis Orford. And and Tamworth led out by their captain, Ben Mills. Tamworth playing in their home strip, predominantly red. Hammers in their away strip, white and dark blue. The two teams now just going through the handshakes. It's Greg Lincoln versus Andy Peaks. Of course, an artificial surface here at the Lamb Ground, so whether that plays a part remains to be seen. A cold and blustery February evening. Thank you to National League TV for the feed tonight. Of course, providing coverage. Also the Bournemouth Truro game as well. Two teams preparing for action. Kick-off is imminent here in Staffordshire, just about approximately 1 minute away here. So Tamworth, of course, we mentioned West Ham topped their group. Tamworth also topped their group with a flawless record. They beat Everton, Burnley, Blackburn Rovers and Manchester United in that group stage. As I mentioned, scoring 13 goals in the process, only conceding once, so their defence not breached very often at all. And of course, in that quarter-final tie, they beat Halifax Town by a goal to nil. So the Young Hammers, the only development side left with a shot of lifting the trophy. So it's a massive opportunity for Greg Lincoln's side against senior opposition. Tamworth had a meteoric rise over the last few years, back-to-back promotions a few years back, finishing comfortably in mid-table last season. As the two captains, Lewis Orford and Ben Milnes, just go through the pleasantries, the handshakes, the coin toss, to decide who will take kick-off and which side will be shooting which way. So thank you to all 1,100 of you and counting that are listening to us this evening, watching on the stream on the official West Ham YouTube channel. Hopefully we have a fantastic semi-final in the offing. I believe it's going to be West Ham that have won the toss, with Josh Landers standing over the ball. So for West Ham, as you can see, will be kicking from right to left as we see it. So here it is, the National League Cup semi-final, Tamworth versus West Ham, a spot in the final at stake that we played either on the 17th or 18th of March, a month from now. A massive opportunity. Only development side left in the competition. West Ham will be hoping that they can reach the final. Josh Landers is standing over it. And we're just preparing for kick-off here. We're underway as Josh Landers goes back to Orford. It will go clip a ball long over the top, looking to be direct early on, one in the air by the Tamworth defender, then flicked backwards. It's going to be picked up now by Louis Brown, who goes down the line, but that early chance will go to no avail, and out of play slowly, very slowly, for a goal kick, which Tamworth goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle will take. West Ham, of course, will try and start quickly and be direct. We're already going to see an early substitution, which we see so often in this competition. Stefan Moles is making way inside the opening 30 seconds before Tyler Roberts. So before he's even had a chance to take the kick, touch the ball, I should say, Stefan Moles has exited the field. We now have the goal kick. Daniel Rochelle kicks it towards the right-hand side. Picked up in there by Michael Reindorf. Neat play there from the Lambs, just running down the byline. We'll clip a ball in field, but it's one back and flicked round the corner by Orford, looking for the run of Josh Landers, but that'll be shepherded back to goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle. As I mentioned earlier, Tamworth a meteoric rise up the pyramid in recent years. We're in the 7th tier of English football just 3 years back, but 2 consecutive promotions, and also an FA Cup third round tie last season, taking Premier League side Tottenham Hotspur to extra time in that third round tie. It was 0-0 after 90 minutes, eventually ended 3-0 to Europa League winners Tottenham, but just shows that what Tamworth are capable of in these sort of competitions, in these scenarios. Throw into Tamworth, taken in field. It's a strong start from them, as you'd imagine. Of course, 13th in the National League, having that experience as well over the Young Hammers, but they won't be afraid, and they'll be staking their claim as it's kicked hurriedly out of play. And the West Ham now will have a throw-in that Ryan Batcham will take on that far side. Looking for options early on. Of course, 2 games coming from the Premier League 2 coming up. That'll be the perfect preparation by picking up a crucial victory today. Here's Orford, so rake it out wide, looking for Regan Clayton. It's now back with Brown. Orford already picking up possession multiple times, as you expect. On the bench on the weekend. It's in field now as they look to build, but it's well won in there by Tamworth, battling in there as they worked all the way back to goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle, who's touched a lot of the ball in the opening 3 minutes or so. Decent crowd here at the land ground, surviving the bitter cold. Brown wins his header. Clayton tries to flick it on, and Orford was competing up against Ben Milnes. Two captains going at it, and Milnes prevails as he's won a Tamworth throw-in, which will be taken by Joe Rye. Joe Rye will force back now, and Josh Landers is applying the press as he often does. One back now in the far side, and West Ham have a chance to break now. Plenty of shirts flooding forward. Orford picking up possession in midfield, going to play out wide looking for Clayton to be picked up instead by Ajala. It's across the face of goal, and it's in. It's an early goal for West Ham. What a free-flowing move that was. Excellent play, and it's Preston Fearon who has given the Young Hammers a lead inside the opening 4 minutes. Beautiful one-touch play down the left-hand side. It was Fearon who started the move off, winning it on that far side. As you see, players flooding forward, picked up by Orford, playing from right to left. It was Clayton in the overlap, pulled the goal, fantastic ball back for Fearon, who made no mistake with his finish into the bottom corner. Nothing Daniel Rochelle could do about that. With just 4 minutes on the clock, it's Tamworth 0, West Ham United under-21s 1. Just to start, Greg Lincoln would have wanted to this semi-final tie. Their first foray forward. And it was incisive and devastating, and right into that bottom corner. Fantastic start, and that's Preston Fearon with the finish, a left-footed, cultured finish into that bottom corner. That just shows what these young Hammers are capable of. And Tamworth now with it all to do in front of their home crowd. Let's see how they respond. The first shot of the game for either side. It was devastating, right into that bottom corner. West Ham now going to have a throw on that far side that Ryan Batcham will take. Of course, last Friday, 13th, unlucky for some, it was a 1-1 draw for with Leicester last time out for the Young Irons. Andre Dyke scored on his debut, of course. Here's Louis Brown, receiving it off goalkeeper Finlay Herrick. He'll go long down the line, but intercepted well. Now Tamworth will try and look to mount a counter-attack of their own down the right, but again Brown is there to intercept, picked up by Orford. Fantastic control, his chest. Now he splits the lines and picks out Fearon. The referee plays advantage. Fearon will now go back to Akpata, who's hardly been involved in the game so far, but he plays a neat 1-2 with his captain. Now slips in Clayton down the left-hand side. Another chance to deliver. This time it's blocked, but I'll play for another corner. First corner, of the game. But again, another time where West Ham have pierced through the Tamworth defence down that left-hand side. Tamworth certainly exposed in that opening 5 minutes here in Staffordshire. Lewis Orford is trotting over to take the first corner of the match. West Ham smell blood here. If they believe that if they can get into a 2-goal lead early on, they'll believe they can go on and comfortably reach the final. Orford will deliver right-footed. It's towards the back stick, but this time it's going to be claimed easily well by Daniel Rochelle, who will look to spark a counter-attack down the left-hand side. He'll be very frustrated to see his goal breached inside the opening 5 minutes. His clean sheet's already gone for the night, and Tamworth now will look to build. The players down, and a foul has been given. Free kick. Just a chance for Tamworth, and Andy peeks his side just to calm things down here and just regroup and try and stop this West Ham team from running away with things. It's taken short, now delivered towards the back stick. Backpedaling is Herrick, and he does fantastically well just to claim the ball under little pressure. But a deep ball to deal with. He's going to bowl it out nice and quickly to Brown. Clayton is to his left-hand side, and he will be used by Louis Brown. Clayton now will look down the line, once again looking for Landers. Is he going to drop at the feet of Ajala? No, it's actually going to be offside. It's the first offside offence. But against positive play from West Ham, looking to go direct. So definitely sensing some sort of vulnerability down the right-hand side for Tamworth, because all 3 attempts at mounting attack, 2 of them materialising, have been down the left-hand side. It will be a free kick for Tamworth that the goalkeeper will take and launch it long into the Staffordshire sky. On there by Batcham. Fearon's the goal scorer is competing for it and is one out again, spinning away from a few red shirts, just biding his time. Now it's back now with Brown. And now here's Finley Herrick, the West Ham goalkeeper, on his edge of his own defensive box. Orford plays it back. Here's Herrick again. Tamworth certainly not applying the pressure in the opening 10 minutes. Content for Young Hammers to keep the ball. Fearon dropping deep. Looking for Ajala, who's lost possession, but is immediately back with Young Hammers. Oyabade over to Briggs. Now Battram. Orford again picking up those pockets, picking up that space and controlling the tempo. Decides this time to go back to goalkeeper Herrick, who plays it quickly to Oyabade. Brown lets the ball run across his body, and now clip it down the line. Again looking for Landers, who touches it well and gets away from the Tamworth defence. Clayton's hurriedly trying to create an option in the overlap. Instead it goes back to Akpata, who rides the challenge well. Oyabade, really strong, sustained spell of possession this for the Lions, sorry. Brown looks in behind for Clayton, who wins that header. Well, compete again up against Milnes. It's bouncing around there and it's eventually worked back to Daniel Rochelle. But again, really impressive play from West Ham. Started this game so strongly in the opening 9 minutes or so. Flew out the trap, scored that early goal through Preston Fearon. Oyabade gets a touch on it. Competing is Ajala, but this time it's worked to safety for Tamworth. Now they're looking behind down this right hand side. Oyabade's trying to shepherd out of play. Actually has bounced out of play for a goal kick. That's fantastic defending. Second there, Tamworth felt they were in, but physical presence there, Ryan Oyabade just shrugging off the attacker there and resulting in a goal kick. And Tamworth again with it all to do. West Ham have this goal to protect, but they're not resting on their laurels. They're certainly looking to score as many goals as possible to reach the final, which again will be played either on the 17th or 18th of March. The other semi-final again is against Boreham Wood and Truro City. That's also going on right now. Here's Oyabade back underway here. Out wide looking for Ajala. And just lets the ball run under his body. A bit of a lapse in concentration. Tyler Roberts, the early substitute for Stefan Moles, which, if you've just tuned in, that happened inside the opening 30 seconds. As soon as the ball went out, Tyler Roberts came on for Stefan Moles. So here come Tamworth down the left hand side. Well read there by Battram. It's bouncing around there. Orford trying to win the ball back and battling, and he has come away with it now. West Ham will look to break forward again. A bit of a heavy touch though. A shot from distance there, and that's comfortably wide, but Finley Herrick definitely had his angle sorted out. And getting play back underway straight away is the young goalkeeper. Plays it over to Briggs. Now back to Oyabade. Brown. Again, straight away looking down that line, looking for Jala this time. Again, the ball escapes him, but it's more positive play. It's going to play now for a West Ham throw-in. Regan Clayton to take. Such a positive and impressive start. They'll be looking to build on that early lead, West Ham. Clayton's actually going to lead it for Louis Brown, which creates another attacking option. He'll instead go back to Oyabade, who quickly on the volley confidently plays it out wide to Briggs. And West Ham again work it from flank to flank. Briggs finds Akpata, of course got that assist in the International Cup. Plays a wonderful ball down the left hand side, looking for Clayton, who chops onto his right foot, then back onto his left, delivers again. Again it's intercepted and defended well. It's going to roll just out for a throw-in, almost a corner there, but again that left hand side, Tamworth showing their vulnerabilities. Fantastic pass through from Akpata, and the game really opened up. Clayton take the throw, and he's winding up potentially take a long throw here. I think he's going to go short instead to Landers and receives it back off him. Clayton in tight spot will look to dig across that and does towards the back stick. It's a dangerous looking ball, but this time once again Daniel Rochelle commands his box well and will release a Tamworth attack straight away. Briggs gets a fantastic challenge in there. Reza play excellently well to evade any chance of Tamworth getting back into this game. Here's Akpata. Quickly finds Ajala, who's dropped deep, and now here's Akpata once again. Orford. Brown. Ryan Oyebade out wide to Josh Briggs. So confident, one-touch play here. That's a bit of a miscommunication. Luckily for West Ham, he got away with that one. As Brown plays away to Clayton, who's been keeping the width on this left flank and found a lot of joy in the opening 13 minutes. Here's Orford just putting his studs on the ball, dictating play, controlling where he wants his players to run. Here's Brown trying to get past Milnes. It's now back with Clayton. Akpata. Briggs now finds the goal scorer Preston Fearon, whose 4th minute goal is a difference right now. Heavy touch by Orford, but again, a real lack of Tamworth press right now allows them to control it. The second time of asking, draw in that press and play it back to Briggs. Now is Ryan Batchram, very experienced for this level. Orford wearing that captain's armband firmly around his bicep this evening. Just a reminder, if this game is level after 90 minutes, a penalty shootout will be required to determine the victor, and that will decide who will make the final. We might not need it, as right now West Ham are through to the finals as things currently stand. Here's Fearon out on the left. Orford, the ball just runs away from him, but Fearon picks it up fortunately, able to get it back to Akpata. Briggs back to Akpata. I'd love to see how many passes West Ham have made consecutively now. Must be over 30. It's currently goalless in the other semi-final between Boreham Wood and Truro City. Here's Briggs again, trying to spin away. Oyebade. Here come the Tamworth press. And West Ham deal with it astutely. Brown. Fearon. Back to Oyebade. The pass counter must be approaching the 50 mark at this rate. Orford. Okay, Tamworth just comfortable and allowing West Ham to have this possession in places where it won't hurt them. But as soon as West Ham look forward, the spaces are there to exploit. Ajala. Oyebade rolls it across back to Brown. Almost a back three in possession for West Ham this evening, with Brown sort of slotting into that left side of a back three. Ryan Batchram keeping the width, and Clayton then almost becoming the left wing back. Defensively also can be a 4. Again, Fearon dropping deep to receive it. Be interested to see at what point Tamworth start to engage in this press, because West Ham still have the ball. Back now with Briggs. He'll play out wide to Batchram, who's now drifting infield. Plays it to Fearon, who again goes back to Briggs. Now Oyebade. Well, he looks over the top, looking for a switch of play, looking for Clayton. It evades him and the defender. The goalkeeper's going to try and keep this in play. Does a sensible thing and puts it out of play for a throw-in. He wasn't entirely sure that wasn't going to go out for a corner. Another throw-in in a promising position for West Ham to commit bodies forward. It'll be Clayton to take. Brown's in close company. Landers is the one to keep an eye out on to see where he runs to. Clayton will look for Landers, who gets a flick on, but it's cleared inside the Tamworth box. West Ham will look to recycle. Tamworth look to fully clear. Battram's competing for it. This time he's lost out. And Tamworth will now have a brief reprieve in the form of a throw-in. As mentioned, Tamworth winless in their last 5 matches, 4 draws on the bounce, defeated in the FA Trophy against Marine on penalty shootouts, and they've wasted that throw-in, and Batchram takes it quickly looking for Orford, who sort of scoops it backwards to goalkeeper Herrick, and then Brown off the ball has gone down, and the referees have ordered a foul as Tamworth look to win the ball back. Slightly overzealous in the challenge there. Rohan Maher. And now West Ham have once again have a chance to regain possession, slow things down and protect this 1-goal lead that they have through Preston Fearon's 4th minute goal. An excellent team move, assisted by Regan Clayton for incisive play. Here's Orford, the captain for the Young Hammers. Picks out Brown, zipping off the surface. There's Ajala, who's back to goal. And he's been hurried there by Milnes. Just about gets over to Oyabade, but his pass is dispossessed. He eventually gets it back, plays it to Orford, who again, he also mistimes his touch. And now Tamworth had it back, and Milnes spreads play out to the left-hand side. Here's Digi, Kennedy Digi, formerly of Alfreton Town. Now here come Tamworth clipping it in behind, but that will find the foot of Louis Brown, who'll pick out Orford. Smartly pokes it to Ajala, plays a 1-2 with that patter, not once but twice, and that patter now will go back to Oyabade. Herrick there creating the option. Oyabade for a second lost his bearings. That would have been a fairly comical own goal. Switch of play is a loose pass picked up by Tamworth. They're going to come with Milnes. Back to the Tamworth skipper. Now here's Cunningham Liebird. Finds Kennedy Digi. From right to left. Here come the West Ham press. Complete opposite approach to Tamworth. Every time that Tamworth have it in their back line, West Ham are desperate to win the ball back. That's how that goal was created. Preston Fearon winning back possession. And after starting the move, he finished it. We're now potentially going to see a long throw here. I think it's Jordan Cullinane Liebird who's gearing up to take this. And as you can tell by the movement of the red shirts, they're flooding towards that box. This is a weapon that Tamworth have certainly utilised over the last few years under the stewardship of Andy Peakes, which has seen them rise up the table. Here it comes from Cullinane Liebird. It's flat and it's eventually cleared in there. That's a really good clearance. It's actually picked up by Daniel Rochelle, chased down by Orford, who's the furthest player forward for West Ham. It's a great switch of play by the keeper. Fearon now battling for it. A shot from distance now is not easily checked back and out to the left-hand side. Tamworth player still committed from the back. Batchman trying to stop the cross, and he does well. And it's out of play now for Tamworth's first corner of the match, and the third of the game. It's taken 20 minutes really for Tamworth to inject any impetus into their performance. But they'll be looking to restore parity now here at the Lamb Ground with 20 minutes gone. It'll be Ben Milnes to take this corner. Just making sure they're switched on. So they've got some defensive duty to do now. You see that 6-yard box so packed, so congested in there. And it's Finley Herrick's got a lot of work to do. It's delivered towards the back stick. Over the head of Herrick, actually manages to punch it, but there's a foul in there. And West Ham will be able to, or have, sorry, dealt with the danger. And will now be able to restart things with a free kick. Tamworth so dangerous from set pieces, as I mentioned, 13th in the National League this season. Won 10 of those games, drawn 8, lost 13. Like West Ham, also drawing 1-1 in their last game. They drew 1-1 with Aldershot Town on Valentine's Day. Here's Herrick. Patter, that's a heavy touch. That patter just about gets away with it. Fouled in there by Roberts. Actually a yellow card as well. First booking of the contest. It was a risky ball from Herrick towards Patter. Took a heavy touch, and it was Roberts trying to win the ball back. Patter just about got his body in the way. It did go back to the possession did go back to his goalkeeper regardless. And there's the first booking of the contest. Again, another reprieve for West Ham, allowed now to push players up the pitch. Thank you again to National League TV for the feed this evening. It's all a bit scrappy in there. It's hooked clear. Looking forward, won by Briggs. Fearon gets there first, and he's been excellent in the opening 20 minutes. Battram back to Fearon, who zip it back to Briggs. It's actually going all the way back to Finley Herrick. Here come the Tamworth press. Just that strong spell, igniting some fighting spirit in their performance. Orford. Back with goalkeeper Herrick, who's just got his studs on the ball. Will rake it out to Louis Brown. Ryan Oyebade, here come the press once again, dealing with it well. Herrick. There's 2 games coming up for West Ham. Orford goes back to Herrick. Back at the Rush Green on Monday the 23rd of February. Back in Premier League 2 action, home to Crystal Palace as West Ham lose possession. Clayton was doing his defensive duties and trying to get back there quickly, but he's bundled into, I believe, the hair in that. That's going to be a free kick to Tamworth. Clayton desperately trying to win the ball back after his teammates had lost out. Just a bit overzealous in his challenge, in the opinion of the referee. And here's another chance for us to see Tamworth set piece prowess in action. It'll be Ronan Maher to take. West Ham line, defensive line, camped on the edge of their penalty box. Sort of a half-hearted one-player wall in there. Taking there by Maher. It's an inventive one from the corner flag. There's 2 steppers and a shot in there straight at goalkeeper Herrick. The first shot on target of the game for Tamworth. Neat play onto the left foot, but the effort didn't quite have the accuracy to deceive Finn Herrick, and he did really well to not only save the shot but claim the ball and make sure it wasn't parried out to any Tamworth players lurking in there. Oyebade looks forward but intercepted by Milnes, and Tamworth enjoying their best spell of the game. Here they come again down the left hand side. Briggs reads the action really well there to intercept and see it go out of play for a throw in. Down the line quickly, Batcham in there trying to win the ball back. It's towards the byline now. It's better off the delivery, but now it is delivered towards the back stick. There's a Heiss in there. I believe Ty Roberts. He's appealing for the corner and has won that, I believe. The referee has pointed to a flag kick. I think it was Regan Clayton back there doing his defensive duties smartly to make sure it wasn't a free header. We'll now see second corner of the match from the opposite side. 25 on the clock. It remains Tamworth 0, West Ham United under-21 1. It's delivered left-footed again towards that back stick. Players falling about in there. It's bounced off the backside of West Ham skipper Lewis Orford, and we'll see the third corner for Tamworth. Ronan Maher delivered it after taking that set piece a few minutes ago, left-footed towards that back stick once again. The change in taker, I believe it's going to be to take this one. A lot of tussling going on in that 6-yard box nearby to Finn Herrick. The referee now, as you so often see football in the modern era, having a conversation with players. Just a few conversations going on in there. It was by Herrick, I believe it was Kennedy Digi, such an imposing centre half, standing at 6'3" tall. And if you want to experience senior football, you have to deal with players with the power that Kennedy Digi possesses. And the corner will now be able to be taken. It's punched by Herrick and flicked on by Orford. And the referee has stopped play now, I believe, for an infringement in there. You so often see referees have a conversation with players, and it ends up ending up in a foul anyway. It will be another chance for West Ham to slow things down with a free kick. So chilly nights here at the Land Ground, the home of Tamworth. Artificial surface, as I mentioned. Finn Herrick just going to want to take this, just going to slow things down after Tamworth enjoying their strongest spell of the game and threatening to equalise in this National League Cup semi-final. Of course, the other semi-final going on is between Bournemouth and Truro City. That is currently goalless as Herrick's free kick is wildly out of play for a throw-in, which Joe Wright, a former Worthing player, is prepared to take. Just on the halfway line, Cullen and Liebert just in conversation there with the Tamworth dugouts. Ryan launches it down the right hand side. Clayton's in there, and it's launched forward by Briggs. Landers is making chase. Colin Liebert, Digi even, thanks to clear and then takes a heavy touch. And West Ham from a defensive position have now got a throw in again down this left hand side. Regan Clayton would take. quarter-final, as mentioned, will be played on the 17th or 18th of March, so exactly a month from now. It's advantage West Ham right now as Brown looks for Landers. He does win the header, but it's repelled. Here they come away with it down this right-hand side. Patter trying to slow down the run of Tyler Roberts, who gets past Oyabade and Patter. Roberts still going inside the boxes. Tyler Roberts looks to dink it, but that's a great save from Finley Herrick just to stand his ground. Here comes Tamworth once again. It's delivered deep towards the back stick. But West Ham able to clear. Ronan Maher in there looking to get a shot off, but couldn't quite. And now here come West Ham with Fearon. Fearon able to get away and play back to Clayton. The pass slightly behind him, but he's dug it out and played it now to Ajala. Josh Ajala trying to cut inside onto his right foot. Here's Fearon again inside the box. The goal scorer lays off to Akpata. Didn't quite catch that sweetly. Cries for handball. Batchram wins the ball back, and now here's Louis Brown. Chance still alive for West Ham, who are looking to double their lead. Orford. Here's Josh Briggs. Back to Lewis Orford on the bench for West Ham's FA Cup tie. Here to Boston the weekend. This time it's Ajala's has run into trouble. Ponticelli comes away with it. Now back with Cullinan Liebert. Digi loses track of the ball momentarily. Now we'll play out to the left hand side to Cockerell Mullet. He looks again down the line. It's a searching ball. Tracked well by Batchram. Despite the appeals, the Tamworth attackers gone West Ham's way for a throw-in. And Batchram, more experience of this West Ham U21's team. Running out that time. Batchram trying to spin away from trouble, runs into trouble, retreating towards his own corner flag. And as he tries to see it out play, he is then fouled once again. It's going to be a free kick to West Ham United. Approaching the half-hour mark, Greg Lincoln will definitely be the happier of the two managers as we approach the final 15 minutes of the first period. Andy Peake's side just not really looking like a team that play in the fifth tier of senior men's football. Of course, they went flawless. The flawless campaign in this competition as Herrick's free kick once again is straight out of play, and it'll be Cockerell Mullet to take the throw-in. We'll go quickly down the line. As mentioned, Tamworth flawless run in this competition, 4 wins as Herrick able to clear hurriedly. This might present a chance for Ajala to run in behind. Joe Rye gets there first, pokes it back to his goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle. Now his kick is also wild. Distribution from both goalkeepers this evening has left a lot to be desired. Rye helps his goalkeeper out. Cullinan Liebert looks down the line. Brown gets there first. Another ball for the centre half to deal with, and he shows great composure up against Landers to nod it back to his goalkeeper. Tamworth with 5 wins out of 5 games in this competition. 1 in the quarter-final last month at home to Halifax Town. That was a 1-0 win. 4 wins out of 4. Only conceded 1 goal in this competition before this evening, up until Preston Fearon burst the Tamworth net just the 4th minute. We'll now see another throw-in. Cockerell Mullet will lead this once again to Jordan Cullinan Liebert, who has become sort of famous around these parts for his ability to chuck the ball into the box. Such a weapon we've seen utilised, especially in the Premier League this season, across all forms of English football. It's been a mainstay in non-league for decades. As Cullinan Liebert decides otherwise, plays it back. Now it'll be delivered from deep. Searching ball. It's won by a West Ham shirt. Brown awkwardly gets a touch out back to Cullinan Liebert. Here comes the West Ham press and forces Tamworth to go all the way back to goalkeeper Rochelle. There's now plenty of time to go up and assess his options. Again, launched towards the box, one there by Oyabade. Brown heads it forward. Orford misses his kick. Here's Maher. Digs out across his left foot, blocked by Orford, and now we'll see another Tamworth throw in, another opportunity. This time we'll see if Cullinan Liebert decides to throw it into the box. His decision to go short previously didn't really work out as planned, but the option is there once again if he decides it. Here comes West Ham preparing to deal with this. It's once again by a visiting shirt. Colin Ibo looking to scoop the ball back into the box. 2 defenders in close attendance, now delivered from the left hand side. Herrick punches well. Will be collected here by Roberts. Early substitutes. Again, so let's go direct. Battram just about gets there first. Had to be awfully careful there, Ryan Battram, just inside the box. If he didn't get that intervention correct, that could have resulted in a Tamworth penalty. Instead, it's another throw-in, which again I don't think Tamworth will mind too much. Again, it's Cullen Hyberg to take. Succession of throw-ins. Will it yield a chance for the Lambs? Again, it's delivered in towards the box, bouncing around there. Bouncing around the box, Tamworth trying to get a clean shot off. It's towards the byline now. Clayton doing really well to try. There's another corner now. Tamworth press for an equaliser. Still remains goalless in the other semi-final tie between Boreham Wood and Truro City. We'll try and keep you up to date with the scores in that match as frequently as possible, as Maher jogs over to this left-hand side to take. Up to this point, Finn Herrick has done fantastically well just to deal with these set pieces. Again, this one's delivered deep. One by Oyabade, and Alford trying to keep it from going out of play for another corner. It's Tamworth's 5th now of the match. They're really pushing. Andy Peaks will be happy and content with the response that's eventually come from the host after a really slow and turgid start to the opening 20 minutes. Plenty of movement in this 18-yard box. Once again, the referee's going to have a word, even with Louis Brown, who isn't too happy. Plenty of action in there. 2 hands in the air. Again, it's delivered. Lofty delivery towards the back stick. It's one in there. Tamworth shirt. It was Kennedy Digit who was highest. Free header actually in that, just outside that 6-yard box, as you see there, but played well by Herrick, but possession's gone straight back to the host. And Wallet goes down to the left-hand side. Crossed in, down over to clear, only as far as Roberts, who hooks it back in. It's bouncing around in that. Akpata gets a crucial touch on it, and now West Ham can finally get the ball out of harm's way. Fearon looking to switch play for Ajala, intercepted by Rye, but recollected by Alford, who's just instilling a sense of calm into this game. And Clayton looks forward but decides, had too much possession in the last 10 minutes, let's actually slow things down and go back to Louis Brown, and he plays a 1-2 at Oyabade. And if I had to make a prediction, last 10 minutes the possession stats have been firmly in Tamworth's favour, after the opening 20 minutes was dominated by the visiting side. Here's Alford, again the captain of this side, fantastic young talent. Back now with Ryan Oyabade. Back over to Briggs. West Ham, as mentioned, looking to get into that final defence splitting pass for Ajala, who pokes that away for Clayton. He's got a lot of time to assess his options. Once his left foot crosses it, it's very deep towards Battram, who heads it back in. Fearon trying to get a touch onto it, but it's hurriedly cleared and out of play for a West Ham throw. Even Clayton combining with such great effect with Josh Ajala. That front four of Fearon, Ajala, Landers, really combining well. Throwing is wasted on this occasion though by Battram. Allow Tamworth to defend with just under 10 minutes to go until the interval. He will be very content with his side's work this evening thus far. Thrown down the line by Callum Cooker and Mullets. And worked all the way back to Finn Herrick. West Ham with options on the bench if they decide to call upon them this evening. A reminder that Tamworth have already made a sub of this game with Stefan Moles, a former Curzon Ashton midfielder, came through ranks at Blackburn. His evening only lasted 30 seconds, of course a pre-planned substitution which we've seen quite frequently in this competition. As Brown plays it over to Clayton, back to Louis Brown. Likes of Dan Cummins, Callum Leacock, Jethro Medine, Riley Hargan, Andre Dyke, of course, scored on his debut last Friday, and Gabriel Caliste all on the bench for the Young Hammers this evening. I'm sure we'll see them utilised if necessary. Here's Ryan Ayabade. Back to Orford. Gets a push in the back for his troubles, but keeps the ball once again. It's back to Brown. Seeing West Ham back into this back three. Orford looks for a searching pass out towards Fearon. Intercepted by Cocker and Mullet. He can't quite keep possession. It's West Ham to get into position. 3 wins and a draw in their group stage. 3 wins and a draw would usually result in 10 points, but due to the rulings that a penalty shootout win in the group stage earns them an extra point, they ended up with 11 points in the group stage. Only conceded 4 times. Showed great grit, character and resilience last month to beat Boston United of the National League 2-1. Brown looks in behind, looking there for the run of Josh Landers. Just had a bit too much weight on that, but once again we're seeing if the defenders of West Ham get their heads up, there's certainly chances and space in behind for them to exploit. Tiny end flicked on, Ayabade gets a knee to it. Kennedy Digi once again so strong aerially wins the header. Possession changing hands every few seconds here. It's long down the line again, looking for the run. Ponticelli, but it's really well defended once again from West Ham. That play for a goal kick, which Finn Herrick will take his time with. There's Ryan Battram and Mika Adiel scoring in that quarter-final tie last month against Boston. So here's the winners of Group A hosting the winners of Group C. Right now the winners of Group C are prevailing. It's long by Herrick looking for Josh Ajala. Joe Rye, no nonsense clearance. Looking up top, won by Briggs. Referee given a foul in there. Got to play the advantage, and now we'll have a chance. Tamworth will have a chance to potentially test Finn Herrick from this distance. It's a long way out. Here comes the vanishing spray from the referee. Ronan Maher standing over the ball. He'll fancy this. Finn Herrick's going to make sure he gets this wall right. It's a long way out. If he tries it up from here, it'll be, and manages to burst the West Ham net, it'll be a fantastic effort. It's going to be Maher to deliver. Callum Cockrell Mullet has very slowly walked away from it. Here's one this battle, will be left-footed. It's right now to be a very short run-up. Digi and Cullinan Liebird committed from the back. Big chance for Tamworth. It is clipped and delivered towards the back stick. Digi wins his header. It's cleared down by Orford. Bouncing around in there. Tamworth chance to alive. And it's flashed across into the side netting there. I believe by Joe Rye. So replay here. Did reach Joe Rye eventually. Regan placed it again in close attendance just to make sure it wasn't an easy and clean cross into the box and actually put off Rye, the defender by trade, force him to drill it right to side netting. West Ham have possession once again. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go until the break. Still leading for that Preston Fearon finish in the 4th minute. West Ham, after scoring that opening goal, would have been licking their lips and thinking it would have been potentially a smooth evening after breaking down that Tamworth resistance so easily. But since then, chances have been few and far between from both sides. Herrick again will look long to left-hand side. That's one by Joe Rye. It'll be a free kick. Joe Rye looks to be in some pain here, clutching his forehead. It's a towering header. Maybe it's an awkward landing potentially. May have to receive some medical treatment. We'll see it back here. It's a long kick by Herrick. There's Clayton looking to win the ball. Not really too much in that from Regan Clayton. Potentially, like I mentioned, just an awkward landing on the artificial surface here at the Lamb Ground in Staffordshire. He is to his feet now, so thankfully nothing too serious, and Tamworth once again will have another chance to fire a ball in towards the opposition penalty area. Daniel Rochelle standing over the free kick. Left-footed goalkeeper will go long into the night sky. Patter looking to win the ball back. It's bouncing around again. It's a loose ball. Battrum's going to deal with it and hurriedly clear it out of play. Just decide to take ownership of that situation. Ryan Battrum with Hedrick coming out to claim it. But didn't want to take any risks. Here comes Tamworth once again with Milnes. Going to switch to play towards our right side. Running there by Clayton. And the offside, linesman's offside flag is up once again. The criticism really that Tamworth might have going forward this evening is they've strayed offside a few too many times, which has allowed, and all credit to West Ham for keeping that defensive line nice and high and secure. Just seen multiple attacks break down. I'm sure that is something Andy Peaks will be discussing with his players during the interval. Back now with number 6 in Ryan Oyabade, who looked long over the top for Clayton. Ryan was exposed in opening minutes, but since that bit of a shaky opening 10 minutes, he's looked fairly assured. And here he is again, clearing it long. Oyabade, free header. Jala flicking it on. Orford now will have the ball at his feet. Here's Clayton. Joe Ryan backpedaling just to block that run of Orford. Oyabade sees it off Louis Brown. Less than a minute until we see how much time is added. Not been too many stoppages in this game as Fearon tries to dig the ball from out of his feet, but he's dispossessed. Chance for Tamworth to break, but once again crowded out by those white shirts. Orford just a poke ball in behind. It's a fantastic pass looking for the run of Landers, and under pressure Rochelle decides just to hack it out of play. It was a delicious pass from Lewis Orford with the outside of his right foot, bending and curving around that Tamworth defence. Conor Liebird was tracking the run. Regan Clayton will leave this throw in for teammate Louis Brown. He will go long again, looking towards the middle. It's flicked on once again. Digi at this time able to clear. On the air by Oyabade. Tamworth looking to create a last-minute counter-attack, but Clayton wins the ball and then inadvertently, I think there, tries to do a pirouette turn, which ends up the ball bouncing off his heel. We now are into stoppage time in this first half. West Ham will certainly be the happier of the two sides heading into the interval. Start playing once again. Regan Clayton will take, and I imagine that would be almost a final action of the first half. Preston Fearon's 4th-minute goal, the difference as it stands. I believe it's goalless in the other semi-final tie heading into the break as well. Briggs, so clearance that for a second there looked to be goalward. It was going in, only if Daniel Rochelle wasn't there to claim the ball, but for a second there I just thought it might have been heading in. Liebird tries to head it back, that could be loose, and Rochelle just about gets there first against Ajala. It was a foot race, it was a dangerous header from colour name Liebird, taking risks, and here come West Ham again with Fearon. Here's Orford. Now to Josh Ajala, dancing in towards the box, trying to dig out a delivery. Joe Rye stands his ground well, comes away with it, and then is fouled by Josh Ajala, slightly frustrated that his skills and fancy footwork didn't come good there in that situation. And Rye, who's been tormented by the likes of Clayton and Ajala in this first half at the Lamb Ground, this time defends the situation well. Now going to be taken on. And there is the referee's whistle here at the Lamb Ground. Half time in this National League Cup semi-final. It is currently Tamworth 0, West Ham United under 21s 1, courtesy of that 4th-minute goal from Preston Fearon. Big half-time team talk for both sides as we approach second half. So half-time here at the Lamb Ground. Tamworth 0, West Ham United 21s 1. Hello and welcome back to the Lamb Ground here, this National League Cup semi-final game between Tamworth and West Ham under-21s. The score is currently 1-0 to the Young Hammers, courtesy of Preston Fearon's 4th minute goal. Thank you for everyone for tuning in this evening, live from West Ham United's official YouTube channel. It will be Tamworth, the National League club, to kick things off for the second half. Of course, reminder that Tamworth made that one change early on with Stefan Moles leaving the pitch after 30 seconds. Being replaced by Tyler Roberts, and we are back underway now. Landers immediately trying to apply the press. It's kicked long towards that left-hand side. And after a really strong start for West Ham to the first period, which of course saw Fearon picked out by Regan Clayton, a devastating finish into the bottom right corner of Daniel Rochelle's net, Tamworth will be looking to start the second half in similar fashion. Early throw-in inside the opening 30 seconds for Callum Cockrell-Mullet to mull over. He'll go long, looking for Michael Reindorf. The Cardiff City loanee will dig a cross out towards the middle. It's a dangerous looking ball, but strong start here for West Ham goalkeeper Finn Herrick, and he'll get a counter-attack spark straight away to the left-hand side with Regan Clayton. And now back with Ryan Oyabade. So it's Group A winners versus Group C winners in this competition. Tamworth for tonight having a flawless record, but it's in danger of being breached. Fearon touched it down to Orford. Here come West Ham. It's Lewis Orford from distance. It's blocked well by Kennedy Digi. Picked up by Ronan Maher, who tumbles over after the pressure of Orford. It was actually Regan Clayton who took that shot, I believe, early on. And it'll be a free kick to Tamworth. Slightly theatrical fall from Ronan Maher, but he has won the free kick, which his goalkeeper looks like he'll be taking. So as I mentioned, Tamworth 5 wins out of 5 actually. 4 wins out of 4 in the group stage, 5 wins out of 5 in the competition after beating FC Halifax Town in the quarter-final last month. West Ham booked their spot in this stage of the competition. Flicked on there in towards the middle, looking for Cardiff City loanee Michael Reindorf. This time the ball escapes him and picked up, and actually ran out of play, and Finley Herrick is able to pick the ball up now and bowl it out towards Orford. Loose pass back to Herrick, but doesn't have to clear it long, looking for number 9 in Josh Landers. Pokes towards Ronan Maher. Neat footwork to get away from Battram. Referee waves play on. It's going to be crossed towards the left-hand side, looking for former Coventry man Jordan Ponticelli, but well defended. Here comes Tamworth once again. A strong start to the second half for Andy Peakes' side. Maher down the line, it's neatly flicked in there, or attempted to be flicked in there by Tyler Roberts, a substitute, but to no avail. And Akpata looking to release Clayton down this left-hand side, being tracked well by Cunningham Liebird, who on the slide does enough to kick out of touch for a West Ham throw-in. Of course, Greg Lincoln's side, 3 wins and 1 draw in the group stage, 13 goals scored, only 4 conceded. Got that extra point as well by beating Sutton United on penalties. They beat Boston United in the quarter-final with goals from Ryan Battram and Amika Adiel. Thrown towards the middle, won by Kennedy Digi, the former Alfreton man. Akpata picks it up once again. Now it's here, back with Oyabade. Briggs towards Battram, trying to get away from his marker, drifting in field. He carried the ball a long way. It's worked out now to left-hand side to Clayton, who will deliver. Blocked. Will reach Louis Brown. Delivers it in once again. And that was a chance for West Ham. Actually, I think it's come off the head of Kennedy Digi there. It was a fantastic delivery from Louis Brown. There was actually one in there by Josh Landers, who managed to get past Kennedy Digi. In fact, actually, the linesman's flag has been raised for offside offence, so it wouldn't have counted even if Landers did find the back of the net. But another crossing towards the box that's caused issues for the Tamworth defence. All now looking for Michael Reindorf. Again, dealt with superbly well. Neat flick there around the corner from running the hair. Randolph seeing how to play for a throw-in, leaving it for Cockrell Mullet. It's around about the time that West Ham scored in the first half, courtesy of Preston Fearon. We'll now see the first long throwing of the second half that Jordan Cullinane-Liebird will take. Alfie Bates is in close attendance, but it will be delivered in towards the box. Cleared only as far as Tyler Roberts, the early substitutes. Still has it towards the byline. Will now cross it in. It's off Ajala. And play for the first corner of the second half. Tamworth had plenty of set pieces in that first period. Andy Peaks' side over the last few years have become almost synonymous with utilising set pieces, especially with long throw-ins and dangerous in-swing corners. With the heights of Jordan Cullinane-Liebird and Kennedy Digi in central defence, West Ham will have to stay attentive. It's been left by Bates for Ronan Maher. It's more suitable for a left-footed in-swinger. Fearon is alert to the danger of potential short corner, and Maher will use Bates. Gets away from Fearon, onto his left foot, shoots. Bates, it's blocked. Work its way back out. West Ham sniffing an opportunity potentially to break, and it has broken to Brown. Here come the young Hammers. Poked towards Orford. It's been left for Landers on the left hand side, and now it is with Lewis Orford. He'll make it out wide to Ryan Battram. Tamworth hurriedly getting back in their defensive structure. As Briggs plays it over to Ryan Oyabade. Here's Brown. Taking his time in possession. I'm sure the half-time message would have been more of the same from Greg Lincoln. Switch towards looking for Battram. Up against Cockrell Mullet, who went down in a heap, got to his feet quickly to clear. Now the captain Ben Mills hooks it forward, looking for the run of Michael Raindorf, but fantastic header from Louis Brown to evade the danger. Coolly under pressure, nodding it back to goalkeeper Finn Herrick and receiving it straight back off the young stopper. Here's Brown. Back to Ryan Oyabade. Decent crowd here at the Lamb Ground tonight amidst some bitterly cold conditions. Of course, the other semi-final going on is between Boreham Wood and Truro City. It's still currently goalless in that game. 10 minutes into the second period, just 2 or 3 minutes ahead as Herrick gets out of play. Tom Tonks there playing the role of ball boy. Of course, we've seen what Cullinane-Liebird can do from a long throw situation. Tom Tonks is slightly better, if anything. He became most famous on the national scene as last season Tamworth, of course, progressed into the third round of the Emirates FA Cup, booking a tie against eventual Europa League winners Tottenham Hotspur. Took them to extra time here at the Lamb Ground. 0-0 it was, eventually losing 3-0, but real resilient performance. And Tom Thompson there had several long throws that were live on the BBC cameras. We're free kick now to Tamworth, as Roberts has gone down after a challenge from Brown. Tamworth, as they did so often in the first half, will see Kennedy Digi and Jordan Cullinane-Liebird burst up from the back to trouble Ryan Oyabade and Josh Briggs. West Ham have an advantage to protect, and they'll try and protect that as great as they can. It's a decent looking delivery, hacked clear by Brown. Maher looking to control it, and eventually gets it back to number 6 in Alfie Bates. He crosses out to the right hand side, trying to get past Clayton. He sticks a foot out and wins the ball, and here come West Ham with Fearon looking to release Landers. Neat touch back to Orford. Orford back to the right hand side looking for Landers, who is force wide now. Looks to deliver, it's bounced off Hall. Now Fearon looked interested, but Tamworth can clear their lines eventually. Oyabade gets a foot in well. Akpata wins the ball back. Here is Battram now. Battram in towards Fearon. Here's Tyron Akpata, bounce off his head. He still has it. Akpata looking to shoot. Here in fact release. Fantastic shot. It's going to drop now to Fearon. That's a great save actually in there by Daniel Rochelle to deny Josh Ajala. came onto his right foot, curling finish, looking for that far corner, a bit too central to really trouble the goalkeeper. Just about dealt with it well, and the rebound just didn't reach Preston Fearon, who for a second there would have thought potentially he could have doubled his tally. Tamworth now coming forward with Ronan Maher. It's outnumbering West Ham on that left-hand side. It is delivered towards the middle. Patter once again is there, as so often is, just to sweep up the danger and play back to Brown. It's all got a bit messy in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And here's Kennedy Digi. Infield for Mills. Out wide to right side to Joe Ride, taking his man and flashing the ball in towards the box. Good defensive work there by Louis Brown. It's going to be another Tamworth corner. 10 minutes into the second period, Tamworth have seen a noticeable improvement from their first half performance. Once again, Ronan Maher in conversation with Ben Mills. What they're going to do on this set piece situation. Again, Preston Fearon is making sure he's aware to the situation. Regan Clayton's also marking that near post. Plenty of red shirts to aim for. It's going to be raked towards the back stick. It's running there by Tamworth. Head. It was a free header, in fact. It's actually still in play. As he look to recycle things now, all the way back to Alfie Bates. Long kick towards the centre. Again, it's won by a red shirt, but this time the referee's blown up there for free kick. It's actually a yellow card. I think Jordan Cunningham-Liburd in there as well. I think it was for an earlier infringement. I believe that's the second booking of the contest. Cunningham-Liburd looks slightly perplexed at that decision. I don't think it was anything to do with the incident that just occurred. It was for that earlier infringement with Cunningham-Liburd catching a West Ham player. We'll restart once again with a free kick to the Young Hammers, alleviating that pressure from those set pieces. Just gives them a chance to take a breath. Try and reclaim control of this tie. Of course, semi-final tie in the Ashley Cup. They're the only development side still left in the competition. With Bournemouth and Truro, the other two teams, and Tamworth, all in the National League, of course. Looked in behind, that's a really good header from Batram. It's going to drop to the feet of Tyler Roberts, the substitutes. Keep it in play down the byline, looking for the run of Mattel. Tries to keep it in play. Running in by Batram. That's a poor clearance though. It's reached Mills. Infield towards Raindorf. He gets on his right foot and shoots Raindorf. A lot swerve on that effort. As well, to deal with the pressure. Just haven't seen that shot again. It was a swerving shot, and for a second Herrick might have just misjudged that and ran past it. And actually have a red card in the game for Truro City. So Truro City down to 10 players in the other semi-final tie. It's now advantage Boreham Wood. It still remains goalless there in the capital, but with roughly half an hour to play, Boreham will be confident they can book their spot in the final. Brown on the stretch tries to clear his lines, but the ball actually has gone out of play for a throw-in on that far side. Thank you to everyone for tuning in this evening live from the Lamb Ground. Thank you to National League TV for the coverage this evening. Batram loses his bearings there. It's going to allow Ronan Maher to pick up possession. Batram snapping at the heels. It's back with Bates. Hill tries to restart things with Cunningham-Liburd. Landers trying to apply the press. It's past him. Flipped on by Maher, looking for the run of Milletts. Just going to run that out of play. It's actually not. It's actually going out for a corner. I think Batram there, was it Briggsy there in fact, appearing that he was fouled as he was pushed to the floor, and his contact carried him over that white line. I think he was expecting the referee just to point for a free kick, but in fact he's awarded a Tamworth corner, their 7th of the game. Can they finally make one of these pay? Andy peeks aside, looking for a way back into this semi-final tie. A reminder, if the scores are level after 90 minutes, we'll go to penalties. It's delivered in again. It's another dangerous looking ball. It's bounced around the box. It's cleared hurriedly, I believe, by Orford in there. West Ham's goal living a charmed life in this second half. just about dealing with that danger. There's an offside offence in there. Referee just trying to make his point known. Did actually go out of play. I think it was just making sure Briggs is okay in that 18-yard box. He went down, so it was a really congested penalty box there. I think actually the referee has signalled for a foul. He has. Alford was perfectly positioned there. If the ball was bouncing around, it could have dropped anywhere. Fortunately for Greg Lincoln's side, he dropped at the feet of the skipper, who did well to clear his lines as we approach the hour mark here in Staffordshire. It is still Tamworth 0, West Ham United under-21s 1. Just 30 minutes away now from a final spot, which we played roughly a month from now. The date is either going to be 17th or 18th of March. Fantastic footwork from Alford. Now here's Ajala. Clayton over that, trying to create an option. Ajala drifting in field. Here's Fearon, but he's dispossessed by Robertson there. Now here comes Cardiff City, only Reindorf breezing past Briggs, who had an outstretched leg, and now he's out of position. Is Reindorf drifting in field now, still going with it, out wide to the right hand side. Thanks to shoots, it's going to be Joe Ryan overlap, looking for a flick in there, it's towards the back stick. Battram getting his body in the way, and that's going to be another free kick. But Tamworth threatening to find a way back into this contest. It was Joe Ryan on the overlap, dangerous looking pass in towards, I believe, Milnes, who tried to flick it. I don't think he actually got any contact, and then Maher at the back stick was bursting in, looking to tap it in at the back post, and Battram covering the ground really well to ensure he wasn't able to get a touch in there. Again, it's one in there by Alfie Bates, and Tamworth certainly having the momentum with her now, and he peaks his side. 13th in the National League is Callum Cockrell-Mullets. Now Ronan Maher, space to look up, assess his options. He will now cross it in again. It's Herrick who manages to get a commanding punch on it. Only as far as Joe Rye. He's looking to get past Jala, but it's good defensive work once again. Outplay for another Tamworth throw-in, which again presents the opportunity to Jordan Cunninane-Liebird to cause some issues for the opposition with one of his long throws. Loses his aerial presence in there, of course, but he has delivered. Looks dangerous. It's towards the back stick. It's now dropped to the edge of the box as we attempt from distance. Slight deflection in there off a West Ham shirt. It will go out for a corner. It was Milnes, I believe, with the efforts from all of 35 yards. Decided to try his luck and try to pierce it through a sea of bodies. It was an awkward clearance from Battram. And off there, Landers off his turn away from the ball, but did just enough to make sure it was away from the goal. It's going to be an 8th corner for Tamworth. Again, it's delivered towards that back stick, but over everyone this time. Joe Wright was at the back stick looking to connect. He couldn't leap quite high enough. It's actually gone out for a throw-in on that far side. Tamworth are looking to arrest a sloppy slide in form, which has seen them not pick up a victory for 6 games in all competitions, including exiting the FA Trophy recently. Was bouncing around that. Patter's looking to get involved. Hasn't really seen too much of the ball, especially in the second period. Regan Clayton then heads out of play for another Tamworth throw-in. And they're almost as dangerous as free kick situations with Cunninane-Liebird. Again, gearing up to throw this in towards the middle. West Ham got to make sure they defend this smartly. Again, the ball's bouncing around. West Ham failing to clear their lines. It's dropped to the edge of the box. Forced wide by Battram. Charlie was trying to win the ball back, but Tamworth neat footwork there, and it's a shot that's easily saved there by Herrick. But for a second there, Tamworth looked to be potentially finding the back of the nets. Luckily for West Ham, Herrick had his angles covered at near post. I don't think it was going in regardless. Patter gets a toe on it, but again West Ham just can't string 2 or 3 passes together at the moment. It's raked out wide for Ronan Maher. He's got plenty of green to run into. Cockrell Mullet is creating an option on the overlap. Maher's going to drift in field. Now for Bates, who zips out wide for the left back. Cross delivered. It's Rye who shoots. It's parried. And it's going to be a goal for Tamworth. And there's the equaliser. Just past the hour mark. There's a shot from distance from Joe Wright. It stung the palms of Herrick. And it is in fact number 31, Ronan Maher, who's got the Lambs level. Shot from distance, again initially dealt with by Herrick, but on the rebound Maher wasn't tracked by Josh Briggs. He was able to smash it into the back of the net, and we have the game on our hands here at the Land Ground with just 25 minutes left to play. It's Tamworth 1, West Ham United under-21s 1. After defending so well for 65 minutes, that goal did slightly feel like it was coming from West Ham perspective. Not really had too much impact on proceedings in the second period after digging in the first half, after scoring that goal early. Just confirmation that if this game is level at the end of the 90 minutes, a penalty shootout will be required to determine the victor. So as it stands, the game will be decided by spot kicks. West Ham straight from kick-off, losing possession once again. Joe Rye, whose shots presented the opportunity for Maher to tap in after it was parried by Finn Herrick. Tamworth, worth noting, have only conceded 2 goals in the competition this season. Conceded half of their goals in this competition tonight to Preston Fearon. Before that, they had only conceded 1 in 4 group stage matches, playing the likes of Burnley, Blackburn and Everton. And in the quarter-final, they beat FC Halifax Town 1-0. So, as much as West Ham made it look pretty easy in the opening 5 minutes, breaking through the attack at will, probably isn't as easy as what I've suggested looking at that early 5 minutes. Here come Tamworth again. And here's the linesman's flag is up once again for offside, much to the frustration of Michael Reindorf, the number 44. Only 20 years of age, on loan from Cardiff City, highly thought of there in the Welsh capital. Here's Ryan Bade breaking up from the back. Now Greg Lincoln's side need to find a response. Anders tries to flick it on, but the likes of Ajala and Regan Clayton not in close proximity to collect it. And now here's Tamworth captain Mills. Back to Kennedy Digi. Such experience in non-league with Tamworth over the last few seasons, and before that Alfreton Town. A towering presence. Gets to switch play to the goal scorer for Tamworth, Maher, and he goes back to Cockrell Mullet. Now it's Cullinan Lyburn. We're into the final quarter of this match. It is 1-1. Cullinan Lyburn just gets past Landers there and clips the ball slightly behind the left back, but on the halfway line he will feed Maher, looking for the return, but instead it's back with Bates. What's coming up, West Ham got 2 massive games in the Premier League too, as Battram doesn't get enough on that header, and Maher's going to see that out of play for another Tamworth corner, approaching double figures for corners in this match. And they'll be looking to completely turn the score around. It's still goalless in the other game, despite Truro City being down to 10 players, still 0-0. So it stands, both games going to be decided by penalty shootout. I think we're going to see another substitution here. It's going to be a double substitution. Alfie Bates is one of the players to make way for Tom Tonks. And Ollie Lynch is also going to enter the fray with 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes left. Just awaiting to see what numbers on the fourth official's board to see who will be replacing. So confirmation that Alfie Bates is off, Tom Tonks is on. So Tamworth making their second and third change. The other change will be Jordan Ponticelli, who will come off for Ollie Lynch. Like for like swap there up front. Ponticelli, of course, to pedigree, having played the commentary. Tamworth are hurriedly trying to get things going again with the corner, looking to catch the West Ham defence napping. But there was good defending in there from the visiting side. Out of play for another throw-in. As I mentioned earlier, Tom Tonks, who was sitting on the substitutes bench for opening 70 minutes of this match, He's going to take over the long throw taking duties off Jordan Cullinan-Liburd, and Tom Tonks became a national treasure for Tamworth a few years back in the FA Cup run. Such length in that, Herrick's come to claim it and needed 2 bites of the cherry and helped by his teammates Briggs in there to get it clear. It's back now with Tonks, but he's straight into an offside position. And a reprieve for West Ham. But you see there, Tom Tonks just has a little bit extra width on it. And the referee here, players are surrounding the referee. It's actually going to be a red card. And I think Tyrone Akpata was appealing that, or just showing the bench that it was for a kick out in there. So Louis Brown has been sent off for the Young Hammers. Innocuous decision and altercation there. I'm not really getting too sure what's happened. We'll see a replay of it now as Tom Thompson there, Louis Brown on the floor. I think he's potentially lashed up there again. The referee, in the referee's opinion, Louis Brown was on the floor, was caught a Tamworth man, and in the opinion of the referee, in a legal manner, it sees fit that he has sent off Louis Brown. So West Ham are down to 10 players. Finlay Herrick and Lewis Alford still in conversation here as we're looking for replays. It's not really too much in that in my opinion, but in the referee's opinion, which is the only opinion that matters in this case, I think maybe potentially being helped by his linesman on that far side. He sent off Lewis Alford and given a penalty. Mad scenes here at the Lamb Ground. So Tamworth now have the opportunity from 1 goal behind 5 minutes ago to find himself 2-1 in front. With Lewis Brown sent off for what can only be described as an apparent kick out. That's at least what the referee has deemed. Now Tamworth have a chance to get back into this match, so a few players standing over the ball. The referee is just waiting things to pan out here to allow Tamworth to take this penalty kick. I think it's going to be the substitute, Ollie Lynch, who's got the ball. It's hardly touched it, so he's coming on. Akpata just making sure his goalkeeper's ready for this and give him some last minute praise and belief being instilled into the West Ham number 1 Finlay Herrick, who's got a job in his hands here to keep the scores level. So Ollie Lynch standing over the ball. A massive flashpoint in this match. From out of nowhere, Tamworth presented the opportunity. Tom Tonks is also there. Ollie Lynch has left the ball. It's a pressured kick from 12 yards. It's actually the captain, in fact, Ben Milnes, to take for the Lambs. A right-footed attempt. Finn Herrick tasked with stopping the spot kick. The referee blows his whistle. Milnes hesitates, then steps up. And it's saved by Herrick on the rebound. It's bundled out of play for a corner, and that is absolutely phenomenal scenes here at the Lamb Ground. Herrick the hero for the Young Hammers. Milnes who stepped up, and Herrick guessed the right way. And the scores stay level here at the Lamb Ground. Heroic defending then from Battram. The West Ham player celebrates. It's out of play for a goal kick. And West Ham have their goalkeeper to thank for staying in this semi-final tie. It remains 1-1. What a save in there from Finn Herrick, getting the right way and getting 2 really strong hands to the effort. A slightly poor penalty as well from the Tamworth skipper Milnes, just didn't quite put it in the corner, gave the opportunity for Herrick to guess the right way and parry it out, and it was heroic defending in there, as I mentioned, from the teammates, just to make sure that Lynch on the rebound could tap home. So West Ham, with just over 15 minutes to play, have to approach this final quarter of an hour with a player less, with Louis Brown being sent off, of course. But they'll have a renewed sense of hope after defending that. Here's Maher, he's just going to run it out of play. I think the task on the hand now for West Ham is to see out this final 15 minutes and force it to a penalty shootout. And with what we've just seen there from Finn Herrick, they'll back themselves that they can potentially win that penalty shootout as well. Orford hooks clear. Tonk's trying to control it. It's going to drop to Landers, and that's going to be a foul in there. Definite free kick. And actually Milnes and West Ham players are appealing that he was still on goal, Landers. In fact, it actually was Joe Ryan there who forced a challenge. Not the best of challenges, they've always very far away from Joe Ryan. It will be just a yellow card for the former Worthing man, Joseph Fry. Landers is still down the heap, and tension just boiling over here at the land ground in the last 5 minutes. After we saw that decision, that's when Louis Brown be sent off after an apparent lash out. It could only be described as. There wasn't too much in it from our angle, but the referee conversation with the linesman did send off the number 3 of West Ham. Landers is still down, receiving some treatment. We'll now see a quick replay of that. It was a heavy touch from Thompson as he looked to break. It's a cynical foul there by Joe Ryan. Knew exactly what he was doing. Nowhere near the ball, but only a yellow card in this instance. It's a perfect time just to look back at that pressure kick from 12 yards, and Milnes couldn't quite hold his nerve. It was well struck, certainly powerful. Herrick diving to his right hand side, did more than enough to see it out, and then Batchram aware on the rebound to make sure he got his body in the way and see it out of play. We'll restart with a West Ham free kick. Landers has to, of course, leave the field of play after receiving treatment, so West Ham temporarily down to 9 players up against 11 of Tamworth, just while Landers waits to re-enter the field. Greg Lincoln trying to reshuffle the pack. Orford clips out towards the right hand side, looking for another Jala. It's just about dealt with by Cochrane Mullets and Daniel Rochelle, who hasn't touched the ball for a very long time. Finally gets his hands back on the sphere and kicks it long again, looking for Ollie Lynch, one of the substitutes. The ball's bouncing around, Briggs deals with it. Orford again will clear at his lines. Digi controls with his chest and heads out wide. Jala again applying the press. That's a wild clearance. West Ham are preparing another change here, or the first change in fact I should say. Dan Cummins, Callum Leacock, Jeffro Medine, Riley Hagen, Andre Dykin, Gabriel Caliste, all on the bench for Greg Lincoln to call upon if required. 1-1 here as we approach the final stages of this semi-final tie. As it stands, going to penalties. Batchram down the line looking for Jala. West Ham is trying to gain some territory after spending the majority of the second half in that defensive structure. Oyabade does well to leave it for Herrick, who will backpedal and draw in Ollie Lynch and just waste as much time as possible. Interested to see what Greg Lincoln opts to do, of course, with a penalty shootout potentially in the offing. You might want to get your penalty takers on the pitch as well. But here come West Ham with Ajala. Landers trying to poke it through to Fear on the goal scorer. That seemed a long time ago in the 4th minute. Couldn't quite make its way to the attack on this occasion. And Tamworth looked to break. Regan Clayton slowing things down up against Tom Tonks. Also another yellow card, this time I think for Tara and Akpata, possibly for delaying the restarts as Tamworth look to get things underway quickly. But in fact the break and play will allow them to push some players forward once again. Of course with that numerical advantage now, it'll be goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle to take. That left hand side over the head of Cochrane Mullet, allows Batcham to clear, just about works his way to field and he's trying to squirm away from running ahead. Now back with Tamworth and Fearon battling with it, does really well to win a throw in for his side. Batcham will take. Just over 10 minutes to go here at the Lamb Ground. Thank you again to National League TV for coverage this evening. Still 1-1, the game is finally poised heading into that final 10 minutes. No doubt Tamworth will be pushing for a late winner, and after missing a penalty they'll be desperate to ensure that missed kick from 12 yards isn't costly. Ball's out of play again, and Immediately we see Tom Tonks looking to reclaim it, and we immediately see Digi and Cullinan Liebird break out from the back. That's their signal just to push forward as soon as it goes out of play. Tonks to take. See from the position of Tamworth in the 6-yard box. It is delivered by Tonks. Bounce around again for Tamworth and into the side netting there by Cullinan Liebird. Again, a free kick has been given by the referee. Just see it back here. It causes so much havoc, so flat in towards the middle. There was actually a push in there on Clayton. The referee just eagle-eyed to spot that infringement in there. It's actually going to be a substitute now. First substitution of the match for the Young Hammers. It's Tyron Akpata, who was just yellow carded, and he's going to be replaced by Dan Cummings. Cummings, of course, scored last Wednesday in the Premier League International Cup match home to Anderlecht. That ended up being the decisive goal at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. Fantastic curling finish from the edge of the box, assisted by Akpata, who he has just replaced. Cummings will be another presence in that forward line. Briggs goes back to Herrick. Again, will take no risk with his clearance. Here's Fearon. Drop of the shoulder, just got to get past 1 and 2. Trying to get past 3, but Clay Liebird read that situation well and goes back to his goalkeeper. Controlled in there by Milnes, who missed that penalty. It's forward towards that right hand side, looking for the run of substitute Ollie Lynch. He's done enough to win his side another corner. 11th of the game, Tamworth. Haven't really been able to make any of the corners pay, but the red card for Louis Brown came after a set piece. That West Ham looked to have defended well, but as it was rolling out of play for a throw-in for Tom Tonks, the referee brandished that red card. Maher delivers. Again, it's lofted towards the back stick. Saving there once again by Herrick, who's been fantastic for West Ham all evening. Chance still alive here as Tamworth. Again, it's a looping ball, and Herrick once again deals with it and makes sure that ball doesn't accidentally end up in the back of his own net. So it was Cullinan Liebird in there, rose highest, but diving to his left-hand side was Herrick. And now here come West Ham. Fearon getting past, defended by Ryan. It's now here with Cummings, who shoots. It's blocked, and now we'll see a West Ham corner. End-to-end stuff here at the Lamb Ground. It was Cummings who started the move. Fearon managed to get past Joe Rye and laid it off to Cummings. It was a fantastic block there by Milnes. We have now seen the first goal of the game in the other semi-final in the capital. Boreham Wood have taken the lead at home to Truro City, 10-player Truro City, so that's Boreham Wood 1, Truro City 0. Just over 5 minutes left in that game. So as it stands, Boreham Wood will be playing either Tamworth or West Ham United under 21s in the final. Here's a corner by Orford, but that is certainly not his best delivery of his career. It's actually gone out of play for a throw-in. Got that one all wrong. It was Orford, who, like I mentioned, usually is so precise from those sort of situations. I think actually Tom Tonks was going to take this throw-in. It's another long throw-in. And it's Tamworth come forward once again. That's the right hand side. The referee plays advantage. They'll be looking for a late winner here in Staffordshire. Onto the left foot. It's just shots from distance, and that's just wide of the mark. Really good opportunity there for Tamworth. Good advantage played by the referee. It's out to the right hand side. Managed to get past Orford, who dangled a right leg out there, but it was a fantastic effort, I believe. It was Tyler Roberts on that far side, cutting on that left foot. And whistles just past Finn Herrick's goal. 6.5 minutes left here. The game is finally poised as we approach the final knockings. West Ham will desperately be trying to ensure they can hold their nerve, take this game to a penalty shootout. For those of you who are just tuning in, Finn Herrick, the hero of the piece so far. Fantastic penalty save to deny Ben Milnes in an instant that also saw Louis Brown sent off 10 or so minutes ago. Here's Maher once again for Tamworth. It's whipped in. Patron misses his clearance, but the back stick, it's cleared. Cummings looking to try and make a nuisance of himself up against Digi. Picked up once again, dropping deep. It's Cardiff City lonely rained off, but here comes Regan Clayton nipping off the heels of Joe Rye. Clayton's been a thorn in his side all evening, and Joe Rye had to get that tackle right, already on a yellow card for a bad foul earlier on, and this time not only has he got it right, but he's won his side of throw-in. A real test of nerve this will be for the young Hammers. Been fantastic in this competition all season, winning 3 and drawing 1 of their group stage matches. Also, that point they got, they actually ended up getting 2 points for due to the fact they beat Sutton United on penalties, edging out Boston United last month in the quarter-final. Now 5 minutes plus stoppage time left to defend against 13th place National League side Tamworth. But here comes Tom Tonks with another trademark throw-in deep in towards the box. Hacked clear again by Battram has been excellent. Vera looking to try and control the loose ball, but it's picked up by Roberts. Trying to spin away from Vera, and that's neat footwork. Gets towards the byline, the dig out a delivery. Again it's loose, and again it's out for another corner. And then Lynch there thinking he probably thought he should have got more on that header. Ayabade just did what he could to make sure it didn't drop to another opposition player. Ronan Maher again to deliver. Again it's deep, lofty clears. Herrick again comes out and claims it, and now looking to spark a counter-attack, and West Ham are committing players forward now with Orford looking to skip past it. It's a fantastic bomb. Here's Lewis Orford in towards the box. He goes down, and the referee has given a free kick just on the edge of the box, and now he has a decision to make. And there's a yellow card there for Captain Ben Milnes. Lewis Orford has bemused with that decision. What an excellent turn of pace that was from the West Ham skipper up against the Tamworth captain, carrying the ball over 60 or 70 yards. And Orford looked up the beating of him there. Milnes has just cynically pulled him down there, and the referee with a decision to make. Is that enough to be denial of a goal scoring opportunity? I'm not sure. It was certainly Orford running through, and he definitely had the beating of him. But whether he had the chance to have a shot on goal, it remains to be seen. Obviously it didn't unfold, so we couldn't see it pan out, but alas, it will actually in fact be a free kick for West Ham in a promising position with 87 on the clock. A reminder, if this game is level after 90 minutes, we go to a penalty shootout. Orford steps up, Orford takes around the wall and into the side netting. For a second there, goalkeeper Daniel Rochelle was certainly concerned with that. He managed to get the curl around the wall, but not enough bend to see it land inside, and near post. Some of the fans inside the land ground thought that had gone in, of course rippling that netting. But from West Ham persuasion, just the wrong side of the post. So West Ham down to 10 players, with Will Brown being sent off. And then Tamworth potentially slightly fortunate here not to be down to 10 themselves, with Benjamin Mills pulling down. Here comes Tamworth again with Lynch. Fires it infield, looking for Tom Tonks, heavy touch. Now Clayton's clear, who's now playing as a makeshift left back. Remember, West Ham are down to 10 here, but are defending heroically. Here's Ajala, drifting infield. It's to be a shot from distance, it's blocked. And try to inadvertently be played back in. Orford now has a loose ball to deal with up against Tom Tonks. Now Orford's turn to take the player down. Smart decision there from the skipper, and that will be a yellow card for Lewis Orford. Just saw the ball get away from him, and as Tom Tonks looked to mount a counter-attack, Orford thought better of it and just hauled the midfielder down. Can Andy Peaks' side break West Ham hearts and find a late winner here in Staffordshire? Really not long left now. 90 seconds of regulation time plus stoppage time, which there'll be a fair chunk of, I imagine, due to that incident that involved Louis Brown being sent off, and then of course Captain Ben Milnes penalty being saved. Again it's lash clear. Cummins up against Tonks, and actually there's a foul in there. Cummins is trying to make his case known to the referee. Cummins there in the pin of the referee, just over physical up against the midfielder, who since his introduction 15 minutes ago, Tom Tonks, such an experienced midfielder for the Lambs, been with them through their rise through the 7th year through the National League North. Let's play quickly to Maher. One in there. Herrick had to make sure that wasn't heading to the back of his net. Has to see it behind for a Tamworth corner. It was an inventive free kick delivered from deep. Again, it was Jordan Cullinane-Liebird in there, and Herrick couldn't take the risk. He wasn't entirely sure. Maher to take. The clock is ticking towards the 90th minute. Last chance saloon approaching for Tamworth is delivered once again towards that back stick. Cleared off the line by Batchram. Tamworth really knocking on the door now. Tonks is the deepest play. He tries to switch play. It's flicked on by Michael Reindorf. But then that'll play for a goal kick, much to the delight of Greg Lincoln's side. We're into stoppage time now. Not entirely sure how much has been given, but certainly not long left here. Again, reminder, if it does end level, a penalty shootout will be decided. There's 5 minutes of stoppage time left in the game against Bournemouth and Truro City in the other National League Cup semi-final. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Here come Tamworth once again with Maher. The game is now stretched. Maher up against Batchram. Batchram does just enough, but now it's Cockrell-Mollett on the overlap. Batchram again. Great defending to see out our play for a goal kick. Ryan Batchram has been a imperious figure in there for West Ham this evening. Of course, Finn Herrick will be the hero, saving that penalty from Benjamin Mills, but Batchram stayed alert in that situation to make sure it was seen out of play for a goal kick. Herrick just signalling to his players to push up the pitch. Gain some territory. They spent the majority of this second half defending for their lives, but especially since going down to 10 players, but they fully deserve to stay in this contest for how they've defended in this game, West Ham. One in the air by Mills, but only as far as Regan Clayton, who's playing as a makeshift left back as mentioned, and he clears once again on the volley. Tom Tonks wins the header, heads it towards Ollie Lynch, but now it drops at the feet of Josh Briggs, and it's his turn to lump it forward. Cullinane-Liebird lets the ball bounce. Landers is interested, is able to touch it down, but Tamworth do just enough to clear their lines, with Cullinane-Liebird not taking any risks. Can West Ham potentially score a late winner? That really would be a twist in the tail. We're throwing that Regan Clayton will take. Special mention to him, since Louis Brown was sent off the final 20 minutes of the game, he has defended so smartly. Played 3 of 6 added minutes in towards the middle. So drops now to Ajala, who scores, and it's in! West Ham have nicked it right at the death. It's Josh Ajala. He goes and silences his home crowd. What a moment for West Ham. Right at the death. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, it's Josh Ajala with an absolutely exquisite finish past Daniel Rochelle. And against all the odds, 10-man West Ham look to be heading to the National League Cup final. What a moment here in Staffordshire. All came for that long throw from Regan Clayton. Flicked on by Landers. It was hesitant defending in there from Tamworth, and out of nowhere, Jala dug out an unbelievable finish. That full stretch, the Tamworth keeper could get nowhere near it. Absolute scenes ensued there at Staffordshire. And with just 2 minutes remaining of the 6 added, it's Tamworth 1, West Ham United under-21s 2. My word, what unbelievable drama we have just experienced here. And for many of those players on the pitch for West Ham, that might be up there with one of the best moments of their footballing career to date. West Ham preparing another change. As we just look back at that goal once again, it was Callum Leacock who's preparing to come on, and he will replace Josh Landers, who didn't actually touch the ball but played such a big part in this goal. And Ajala, a moment of absolute magic. West Ham fans behind that goal going absolutely doolally. That's the whole team enjoying the celebrations. And Tamworth now have roughly 3 minutes remaining to try and find a second equaliser in this semi-final tie. They've got it all to do. West Ham, 10-man West Ham. Defending now for their lives is Milnes, who missed that penalty, which seems like it might be the decisive action with Finn Herrick saving it. It's got to play for a West Ham throw-in. And the away fans cry their team on. They're oh so close now to a final, National League Cup final against Boreham Wood, approximately a month from now, either on the 17th or 18th of March. It's Regan Clayton to take, whose long throw created that opportunity for Ajala. It's long down the line. Tamworth headwinds at first. Raindorf, body's flying in, it's poked out wide now. It's got from Mollett, who delivers it in, it's off Batcham and out of play for another corner. It really is now last chance saloon for Tamworth. Potentially we could see the goalkeeper come up from the back here. It's Tom Tonks to take. And the goalkeeper has come up, Daniel Rochelle up from the back. 10 seconds left of the 6 added. It's delivered in from that left hand side. Rochelle actually gets his head to it, the goalkeeper. Body's flying in, it's still bouncing around. West Ham trying to clear with Cummings. Raindorf trying to get the ball back in towards the danger zone. Trying to get away from Cummings and the goal scorer Ajala. Ajala's won the ball back and the goalkeeper's out of goal now. And it's a chance for West Ham to seal the third. It's Ajala trying to get past Tonks. He does. It's Josh Ajala through on goal. An empty net to aim for, and he's run it in. And Josh Ajala has been the absolute hero for West Ham here in Staffordshire. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. And the number 10 for West Ham has taken his team to the final of the National League Cup. Jubilation for the Hammers. And what a moment in the career of Josh Ajala. The goalkeeper stayed committed. Ajala won the ball back and still had a lot to do. Tom Tonks, the only player for Tamworth, trying to prevent his goal from being breached. Ajala breezed past him like he wasn't even there, and Preston Fear, as you can see there, celebrating before the ball had even reached the back of the net. Josh Ajala, the coolest customer in all of the Lamb Ground, runs the ball, dribbles the ball into the back of the net. And 10-man West Ham are beating National League side Tamworth by 3 goals to 1. Certainly one of the highlights of an impressive campaign so far. Andy Peaks, the Tamworth manager, has actually just been shown a yellow card for his protestations. Against all the odds here, West Ham are heading towards the National League Cup final. 6 minutes were added, we've played 8. Tamworth with 2 goals to score, there to salvage an unlikely comeback. But there goes the referee's whistle. I believe, actually no, it hasn't, in fact. There's still some conversations going on that touchline between Cullen and Liebird. Bit of a premature announcement of full time there for myself, but it's another yellow card. This time it's a red card, in fact. And someone has been sent off for Tamworth. Not sure who that's been directed towards, in fact. Is it Andy Peaks, the Tamworth manager? I believe it is. So, seconds after receiving his first booking, Andy Peaks has been sent off here, and the drama continues to unfold at the Lamb Ground. The Tamworth manager clearly not happy with what he's seen here. I think we're actually going to kick the game off once again. Really not long left here. It's back to Tom Tonks once again. Firing towards the middle. And there is the full-time whistle. Jubilation for the young Hammers as they're heading towards the National League Cup final after an unbelievable defensive display. Finn Herrick and Josh Ajala, the heroes here against National League side Tamworth. Finn Herrick saving a penalty with the scores level, and then Josh Ajala with a oh-so-late brace. Fantastic finish into the corner, then running the ball into the back of the net. A fantastic show of resilience and attacking flair from the young Hammers, who will be absolutely delighted on their trip back to East London this evening, fully deserving of progression into the National League Cup final. And they'll be facing Boreham Wood in the final in about a month's time. A fantastic reward for a unbelievable performance. Thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. I've been Jude Deedigan. Full time here at the Lamb Ground in the National League Cup semi-final. It's Tamworth 1, West Ham United under 21s 3.